Today, I'm going to show you how to get your permanent green card after you divorce your U.S. citizen spouse. Conditional residency expires after 2 years. So if you want to continue to live and work in the U.S., you are required to remove conditions for your green card. If your green card expires, you will not be allowed to live and work in the U.S. So it's important for you to renew your green card and make sure you remove conditions before your green card expires. Okay, so for those of you who are new to Party, my name is Ife, USA immigration lawyer, serving clients nationwide and abroad. On this channel, I'll be answering your immigration questions and providing tips to guide you with your application for your family-based green card and other USA visas. Today, I'm going to be telling you how to get your permanent green card after you have divorced your U.S. citizen spouse. This is important for people with a conditional permanent residency. You obtained your green card through marriage, your marriage was less than 2 years, and now you have a 2-year green card. You need your spouse's signature, but your marriage is not working out. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how divorce affects your green card. All right, I get a lot of questions about this because the most used threat from abusive U.S. citizen spouses is I'm going to divorce you. So a lot of people want to know, how does divorce affect my green card? Should I stay married? Should I wait? All that kind of stuff. So how does divorce affect your green card? So if you have a 2-year green card, divorce affects your green card status because when it's time to remove conditions and you are divorced from your U.S. citizen spouse, that's a problem. Your removal of condition form requires the signature of your U.S. citizen spouse. So if you're already divorced, you're no longer married to that U.S. citizen spouse who petitioned for you. That can pose a problem because your form is incomplete. And if there's no signature and no discussion about why there's no signature, you will most likely get denied. So if you have a 10-year green card, divorce does not affect your green card status, all right? So the USCIS is not going to suddenly revoke your status unless there's a finding that your marriage was not bona fide. But for the most part, if you have marital problems and you end up getting divorced from your original petitioner, you continue on with your green card. The only difference is that maybe you can't naturalize to a U.S. citizen by the time in 3 years, or you have to wait for 5 years. So that's another discussion for a different video. But right now, if you have a 10-year green card and you're divorcing from your U.S. citizen spouse, that's fine. Problems happen all the time. People marry and divorce all the time. All right. So the second thing you need to know, if you are in an abusive marriage and you have a temporary green card, you don't need to stay in that marriage because you have a temporary green card. I just said that divorce affects your green card status. So naturally, people want to say, okay, well, I guess I need to stay married because if I divorce, it's going to affect my status. The disclaimer is that if you are in an abusive relationship, you don't need to stay married because there are options for that. And if you haven't filed yet because you find yourself in an abusive relationship with a U.S. citizen, you still have options to file. The next thing you need to know is that if you are divorced from your U.S. citizen spouse because of abuse or just general marital problems, because different things happen, it's not always abuse that leads to divorce, and you need to remove conditions from your green card, you have to file your petition with a waiver. Okay, so a waiver is a statement from you stating that your marriage was bona fide and the divorce was in good faith, because the whole purpose of your conditional green card is to make sure that your marriage is bona fide, and maybe you didn't have a lot of evidence in the first instance of application, and now you had 2 years to figure that stuff out. So that's the reason for your conditional green card. So now if you're divorced, you have to explain why your spouse is no longer here, because otherwise it's going to raise the suspicion that, okay, this was a fraud marriage to begin with, and that's why they're divorced now, and denied. Okay, so you have to send in a waiver saying this is why we divorced. Well, this my marriage was good in the beginning. This was the plan. This is what happened. This is why we divorced. You need supporting evidence. If it was abuse, you need proof of that abuse. If you have police reports, if you have photographs or text messages, stuff like that, you can use that to support your waiver, all right, for signature. So you're waiving your U.S. citizen spouse signatures, like, please give me my permanent green card without this signature because XYZ. Understand? So those are the three things you need to know if you have a conditional green card and you are divorced from a U.S. citizen spouse and you need to remove conditions. Finally, remember that divorce does affect your green card status if you do need to remove conditions from your green card. If you are a permanent green card holder, that is, you have your 10-year green card, divorce doesn't affect you. It only affects your ability to naturalize because you're no longer under the category of a spouse of a U.S. citizen, so you have to wait for 5 years. But if you have a temporary green card, you would need a waiver in order to remove conditions because the signature of your spouse is required to remove conditions. And so, yeah, it does affect you, but you have the option to waive. And remember, if you're in an abusive relationship, you don't need to stay in that relationship because you can still remove conditions based on that abusive relationship. So contact me, chat with me on WhatsApp. My information is going to be on the screen. And also, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. It's going to help this channel and help other people find this information so that we can help each other on this journey and have the confidence to apply and expect positive results. All right, see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.